Good afternoon, everyone. We are from Group 9 from UHLB 3132, Section 7, and allow us to introduce ourselves for today's group discussion. I'll start off with myself. My name is Wai Yin, and I will be referred to as in this group discussion.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I am Rabiul Hasan Zidne. In this group discussion, I will be called as Rabiul.
Hi, I am Vivekan Gunasekharan. I will be referred as Vivi in this group discussion.
Hello, my name is Abhinat Satyan. You can call me Abhinat. Yeah.
Okay. So, the situation and topic we are given for today's group discussion revolves around how can we enhance the safety of our neighborhood as community members participating in a meeting about neighborhood safety. The main purpose of this discussion is to bring up all the different safety concerns, solutions to them, and why are they important. So anyone would like to begin this discussion by sharing their research findings and personal experiences?
Thank you, Ong. As we know that our task is to identify common safety concerns in our neighborhood and propose practical solutions to address them. So, after finding some researching and talking to the residents, it seems that crime, traffic safety, lightning, emergency preparedness, bulgaris, and the poorly maintained infrastructure are the most pressing safety concerns in our neighborhood. What do you think, Abhinath and this Vivanath?
Exactly, Rabiul. So I would like to add on in the traffic safety because traffic safety problems are the highest frequency happening in the neighborhoods. For example, road accidents, because we can see like many kids will be playing in the neighborhood roads without concern of parents, and also there will be road users who are going in overspeed. So there's like high possibilities of happening road accidents. So how about you, Abhinath?
Yeah, I agree with the point the Vivekan gave about traffic accidents. And yeah, I would like to add another point, which is Bulgaris. Bulgaris not only result in the loss of valuable possession, but also in disrupt of feelings of safety and and security within neighborhood. Residents may experience fear, stress, and also loss of trust in their community, which can have negative impact in their quality of life, which is stress, uh, maybe disrupt their health, or even bring them to suicidal. Yeah.
True, I totally agree with Abinat's points of the burglary issues in neighborhoods. And from these burglary issues, I think I also can relate to another point they want to bring out, which is emergency preparedness. So in emergency situations like burglaries or maybe fires that broke out in different people's houses, a lot of people in neighborhoods are not prepared for these emergencies. Therefore, they are going to panic during these events, and this panic will lead to a lot of different problems like other people getting hurt, and they might even interrupt emergency responders doing their job properly.
Yeah, I'm agree with you. And also, I want to add another points, which is we have discovered several infrastructure concerns in our neighborhood. This include like deteriorating roads, damaged sidewalks, and also inadequate street lighting and poor drainage systems. And also, this issue not only affect the aesthetics of the neighborhood but also pose safety hazards to residents and pedestrians.
So, guys, with all the problems we are listed down just now, do you guys have any solution or give some solution that to the problem we have just now?
Yeah. I would start first. First and foremost, I guess I would say that we should get to know about our neighbors well. We should know about in term of age, gender, health, state, and transportation, and also occupations as well. Because as we all know, they are the person who are very near to access us whenever anything happens. For example, let's say if our neighborhood is old and has some health issue, we should keep an eye on them because anytime they might need any health assistance. Or if our neighborhood consists of police officer or fire rescuer or also a health related person, if we have any emergency also, we can reach them for a quick assistance. So I guess that would be the solution, one of the solution.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Vivian's point of getting to know our neighbors in the neighborhood, as neighbors are the next closest thing to us besides our own family in the real life. But besides that point, I would also like to bring up another solution for all these safety concerns, which is increasing police patrols and adding more surveillance cameras around neighborhoods. Well, I know there are already existing police patrols in all neighborhoods in Malaysia, but I still think police patrols are still not enough, because burglaries are still always happening and crimes are always happening in small neighborhoods, especially poor areas. And besides police patrols, adding surveillance cameras can also be good in helping with the safety of the neighborhood, because surveillance cameras can help to deter people from doing bad things. For example, when potential burglars want to burglarize a house, but they see a surveillance camera near them and they would be deterred by that. So they wouldn't want to go near that house because they would be recorded. And then that could be potential proof for them to go to jail. Yep.
Yeah, so I am now agree with this on, and also by the question of Abhinath, I want to add that in terms of traffic safety, we could propose implementing speed bumps in residential areas and creating the designated pedestrians crosswalks near schools, and also the above mentioned points which is already mentioned by Vivekanand.
Yeah, good point, Rabiul. I would like to add the point where speed bumps are implemented. There are also certain infrastructure need to be maintained, such as sidewalk or pathway in the around the neighborhood where people can pedestrian can walk through safely. Doesn't guarantee 100% safe, but maybe 70 or 80% safe. Yeah, the next thing is maybe the pothole around the road, around the neighborhood, that can ensure that maybe the bikers or maybe bicycles or even car will be at safe position during the road. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So far we have discussed about the solutions, which are good ideas from you guys. And I would like to ask, what are the existing safety measures in your personal neighborhood?
Can I add now?
Yeah, feel
Yeah,
free,
sure.
feel free to
Yeah.
add your comment. Yep.
I think we can arrange neighborhood watch programs, and it is the existing neighborhood these plans. And what's the benefit of this? The reduce of the risk of the crime, and the most apparent advantage of neighborhood watch is that it is lower your risk of crime. I mean, we should lower the risk of the crime, and criminals also see the neighborhood watch signs and what speeds that our neighborhood is a risky area for them. What do you think, on and Abhinav?
Yeah, I definitely agree with neighborhood watch programs, because I think neighborhood watch programs can collaborate with the police patrols too, so increase the number of patrols to neighborhood to reduce the crimes happening. But I also want to bring up that another safety feature that is existing in my neighborhood right now would be the lighting infrastructure and the surveillance camera that are already available in my neighborhood. So the lighting in my neighborhood is currently being maintained very well. So during the nighttime, vision is very good in my neighborhood. So it can reduce the risk of any burglaries, because potential burglars might be afraid of the any spotlights that might shine on them when they're trying to burglarize a house. And with the addition of the CCTVs around, that also can reduce the burglaries. But besides the burglaries, the CCTV could also be used to deter speeding cars in neighborhoods.
Yeah,
Like,
nice point. And in my point, in my neighborhood, personal neighborhood, I think they already implement speed bump as a lot of kids are playing around, and yeah, police patrol is effectively doing their job, as there is a police station just a stone throw away from my house, and maybe they should implement what village head to patrol around to work around with that, and to ensure the safety of my neighborhood is taking taken care. Yeah,
I totally agree with you, Abhinath. And about my neighborhood, we can see that there's a guarded entrance. So it's actually very important to have a guarded entrance in our neighborhood because that will be actually monitor the in and out of the person who coming into our neighborhood. Now we can see like almost every new properties have the guarded entrance. So this guarded entrance actually work like there's like two or one entrance per neighborhood. The other place will be fenced very tightly, so even pedestrian also couldn't enter the place. So in some places after 12 a.m. They would ask the guests about the home that they want to go, and they will call the resident they staying in the property to ensure that the person who come is actually the guest of the resident. So this actually uh, a good safety features that it can be found in my neighborhood.
wow, very
Yeah,
interesting safety feature that's in
yeah,
Vivigan's neighborhood. But yeah, I think overall from everyone's already existing safety features of their own neighborhood is very good, and I think if implemented all together would be a very good neighborhood to stay in and would be a very safe neighborhood. So, are there any additional solutions that can help increase the safety of all your different neighborhoods?
I think each and every neighbor should have safety equipments, which includes fire extinguisher and also first aid kit. Some of them would have the first aid kit because we can see like many kids are playing in the roads and they might fell down off the bicycle or some accident could happen. So this first aid kit will be the one of the main thing to help them. Even in my previous experience when I was child, I was fell down off my bicycle, and that time my parents was not in home and was crying aloud to seek for help. And surprisingly, my neighbor came into the action and she put the medicine and stopped my bleeding. So in this case, I would say like first aid kit. Everyone should have the first aid kit in their house. After that, I would also add on that fire extinguisher is also a very important thing that should every house would have, because although it's always happening accidents in neighborhood, but many neighbors are not practicing to put a fire extinguisher in their house, because fire extinguisher can help to solve the small fire before it spread all the house. So I think, yeah, that should be practiced by our neighbors.
yeah. Nice point, Vivekan. And by the question of on, we already know the solution and also the additional solution, and also we can talk about the what is this called? Mm, the promote collaboration with local authorities and organization. We can seek the grants for funding also, and also we know this funding we can help the unprivileged people of our neighborhood, and also we can help in the authorities and lot of people who are like they are not getting funded properly. We can help them. What about Obin- Obinath?
Well, I definitely think
Hello.
Rabiul's point is really good. Do you have any points, Abinat?
yeah, hello.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with Rabiul's point, but maybe Ravi's point can be add with the funding they collected, they can be add to use to organize a safety workshop, which will spread awareness for the neighborhood about how important is safety. Indirectly, this safety workshop would also make sure that they have connected relationship. Yeah,
Thank you, Abhinav. Thank you. You put a nice points. So let's guys, what are the challenges that stops are implementing this above mentioned solution? What we are talking about? Could you share about this?
yeah. In my opinion, based on my experience, I see this not only in my neighborhood, maybe in my friend's neighborhood around Johor Bahru. Timing is a problem, or maybe this is a general problem, not only in Johor Bahru, maybe in different state of different country. Everyone have different timing, where different time of work. Maybe some person work in morning shift, 7 to 7. Some person will work night shift 8 to 5 the morning. So yeah, this timing are the issues that they could not attend the safety workshop or maybe some other events organized by the village head or village community. Yeah, that's on my
I
point.
would
Vivegan, you
totally
got anything?
Yeah, I totally agree with Abhinath because if we say in Johor Bahru, many residents in Johor Bahru working in Singapore. If let's say they are working for 12 hours in Singapore, we should assume that as 16 hours because there's many process when going in and out of the Singapore. For example, there is like traveling time, there's like the custom processing time, and we also need to stuck in jams. So their whole day will be spent in traveling and also working in Singapore. So in that case, I think they probably don't have the chance to join any activities in the neighborhood. So yeah, this would be the biggest challenge that the residents might could face in order to give commitments.
True, true. I agree with Vivigan and Abinat's point of different people have different timing, and definitely the timing for different people does really affect their participation in the different events that their different communities might have. And I would also like to bring up another challenge of implementing all these different safety features in a neighborhood, and it would be the lack of funding. So even though like just now Rabiul did mention the point of getting funding from different authorities or maybe different organization, there will still be a problem where uh, each authority or organization might provide funding for many different neighborhoods. But the problem is a lot different neighborhoods have different requirements. Some neighborhoods could be bigger than others, but they could receive the same funding. Therefore, the bigger neighborhood might be lacking in funding for to cover all the different safety solutions for their neighborhood. So I think lack of funding is also a big challenge to help fully implement all these safety solutions that we have mentioned for all these neighborhoods.
Thank you on, thank you Vivekan and Abhinav. And yeah, you guys are really pointing on every problems. And also, I think I can add this: lack of community involvement or lack of participation also is another problem. And if we all know that if the community is not involved, and the project is less likely to have successful outcome. So I think that could be the another point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree to you, Rabiul. It was a great point from you guys about the additional features in their neighbors. So now, what are the ways or initiatives that we can take in order to connect the neighbors, the people in our neighborhood, and also to make them aware of these safety measures like being robbed or burgled. or like involved in road accidents and so on. So is there any ideas, guys?
Yeah, I think main idea in one community should main point lah, like every community should have is currently with the current technology, everyone should have WhatsApp group. This is not only just for safety or maybe for certain news update or like water cut down or current cut down. Maybe they can update in the group. Yeah, the group has a lot of benefits and maybe a lot of use. Yeah. What do you think, Rebel?
Yeah, I am agree with you. And also the for awareness, and we can talk about the open house nights, which can we can organize at 1 day a month. And we know that an open house is an event that where the doors are open to all the families. Everyone can share their problems, and everyone can share their happiness to everyone. That can enlighten the community. That can help the community's benefits. Everything could be measured by this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
definitely. Yep, yep. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Vivi.
sorry to interrupt. I would like to add on to Rebul's point
Yep.
because open days, like nowadays, it's like been a way to like connect people. But if we actually realize those days, it actually naturally happens where we meet our neighbors, because since the social media uh, haven't like depend on us, we didn't depend on social media. But recently, if we guys see that many of people are very uh, very much using in like social media makes them everyone to be less socialized. So even we can see like many neighborhoods like being like a ghost town where like we cannot see people are walking outside. So this is where the high possibilities like where uh, the crime or the problems might be happen. So yeah, this initiative might be the best way to overcome these challenges.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah,
agree
Praveen.
with.
I'm
Yep. Yep.
Devega. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're true,
Rebel.
right.
Okay. So I definitely agree with all the points mentioned, as the connection between neighborhood is truly, truly important for the safety of a neighborhood, because let's say we don't even talk to our neighbors. And what if something happens to us? Our neighbors who don't even know us, they won't even take care. They could think, oh no, a burglar might come to our house, and they might think the burglar is someone from our family members, because we never even took the chance to connect with them, talk to them, and build a relationship. So definitely good points from Abinat for the WhatsApp group, to easily communicate with each other in this technologically advanced time we are in now. And also really good points from Vivigan and Rabiu for the different open houses to help improve our relationships with our neighbors. So since we are short on time right now, I think we can come to a summary of our discussion today. So to sum it up, right, I think all these solutions are very important. For example, like the increased police patrols, or maybe the neighborhood watch that could collaborate with the police patrols, installing surveillance cameras in neighborhoods, or maybe like having safety workshops and community crime events to increase their awareness, and even the different traffic calming countermeasures like adding speed bumps or maybe crosswalks is also a very good solution to increase the safety of a neighborhood. And I definitely think, but personally, this is my opinion, okay, but personally I think having a good relationship with our neighbor is one of the most important thing we should have, because just like I mentioned just now, our neighbors are the next closest thing to us besides our close family at home. In case of anything happen, we can very closely rely on our next door neighbors. So yeah, in conclusion, I think it is vital for our community to work together, involving all the different parties, to work together, even the authorities, neighbors, even our own family members, And by implementing all these solutions, I think we can create a safer neighborhood that can enhance everyone's life in the long term and even in the short term. And people can be happily living in their neighborhood and no more neighborhood disputes. So, yeah, I think that's all for our group discussion today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Have
guys.
fun.
Thank you, On. And thank you, Vivekan and Abhinath
Yep.
also.
Thank you. It was
Thanks,
a
guys.
good
Yeah. Thank
group
you.